Hey everyone, this is my quick update on the project that I've just finished. So as you can see here, this is the short 2-hour long tutorial that I just finished. So we have some IP source such as open weather. We transform some data related to weather in a city or country, and then we load it into data lake. So this is just a three-step process, three-step ETL process, and it is orchestrated by Apache Airflow. I'm gonna quickly tell you exactly what I learned from this. So I'm not gonna cover the open weather part, like obtaining API key section. I'm just gonna jump right into the transformation and data lake loading, as this is the most cumbersome part of this project. So here basically I followed the tutorial, but because I was changing certain things, I was changing things like task ID names. I was changing the task ID names, and because of this it was not running properly. So this is my actual weather DAG. This is the web UI for Apache Airflow. As you can see, it did not run, so I had to debug it about 5 times. I launched this particular DAG and it didn't work properly. So as you can see, this is pretty much reflects what we have here, all of the steps here. So, right, so we have 3 steps here and we have 3 steps here. Basically I messed up the names. I changed the task ID name here. I actually changed it from extract weather data to my city name. So it wasn't actually getting information because it couldn't find the next task. So this task, the last step, transform load weather data, it could not find the output from the previous step because it was changed inappropriately because I modified the task ID name. Other than this, everything worked perfectly. So this is one thing that I actually learned, is that you have to keep track of all of the things. If you follow a tutorial, you actually want to just copy paste and follow it and then modify it. I was actually changing the names, the city names, and it was messing up and I could not find my mistake, right? I actually had to jump into the logs here. I had to go into the logs and actually like see what's going on here. I had to like actually look into the API response. This is the actual API response. This is the city, basically the weather description, the latitude, longitude, weather description in text like clear sky, base stations, temperature in Fahrenheit, which I had to convert, feels like, basically all of the information. It's all coming from the open weather API website. So here you can actually change the name. This is the actual API key, right? This is my API key, and this is the API endpoint. Yeah, so if you're changing these things, if you're changing task IDs, make sure you can actually track what is basically these are like configurations, right? This is basically what I could probably identify as a configuration drift. And leave a comment below under this video if you know how to actually spot configuration drift, because I've been experiencing the same bug for like 3-4 times, I think. So if you can tell me how to detect configuration drift, that would be really helpful. Yeah, so I wonder how I can actually detect configuration drifts. Other than this, the the DAG basically looks like this. So I use HTTP sensor to detect whether the API is ready. If it is ready, then it proceeds to the next step, which is just getting from the API endpoint all of the information. It gets the JSON response back, and then it uses this JSON response in this Python operator, which is basically Python function. I added all this, a bunch of ugly login info here. So yeah, it wasn't really seen because of this thing. This name was slightly different, and because of this, it was getting a non-value. It was getting non-value and throwing an error here. Yeah, so it gets the JSON data. It gets all of the JSON. Here I'm basically parsing the JSON, the fields that I want. I'm changing and modifying them, and then I create my own transformed data, which is this city description, and then I upload it to an S3 bucket. My S3 buckets are here, so this is where it actually downloads. This is the S3 bucket, and yeah, so you can actually download it from here and check. Yeah, so let's actually see. Yeah, this is basically my city, and yeah, so I guess this is it. Again, if you could actually tell me how to detect this configuration drift, like I wonder if there is an AI or some kind of like coding assistant that can actually tell me, like highlight, like, hey, you have like this second task. This second task is using this task ID, right? But you actually changed it differently. Like it was just this name, and because it was this, the third task, this one task ID, it could not see. It could not see that it needed actually this task name. So yeah, this is just a very simple ETL project. I'm learning Apache Airflow and looking for a data engineering job. Thanks guys.